when it was first put in, this was 14, 15 years ago. It was my understanding that on a 3-year rotation, 2 to 3 year rotation, that every holding tank would be pumped, checked and pumped.
I'm told, Ernie, that was the understanding that the health department gave at that time. They have since changed their requirements on that. And they say that they found out that was not necessary, therefore they will be pumped as needed.
If a person tanks, or a person's tank overfills and their sewage backs up in their house and creates $5,000–10,000 worth of damage, then who's responsible for that?
I just assume most people, when they start smelling bad smells, will contact the village and we'll go out and check it.
Okay. Then I don't know what date the Times Journal published this, so I didn't write it down. Man complains after multiple canine conflicts. Jim Stewart approached commissioners. He had several instances with dogs loose. Ohio Revised Code requires that dog owners keep their pets under restraint. Okay, so that's the Ohio Revised Code, which does cover the village of Coalton.
That's correct.
Well, once again, I have neighbors who let their dogs run, or dog run freely half the time, and it defecates in my yard. Now, I do not know why this is allowed to go on. And then PETA, well, let's go on with the pets. I have to do further investigation. But most large municipalities, cats themselves have to be restrained because we don't have any pets, but yet if you talk about feces of pigeons being dirty, there's no difference, or it's even worse when you don't have any pets of your own and other people's cats just do their business in your yard, so you can have to wash your shoes before you go in, or you're digging in your flower beds and you get cat poop all over your hands, and that feces has many bacteria in it. Many. And it's a lot worse than pigeon poop.
We have not been able to find any law that allows us to do anything about cats.
Okay.
And we've had several people ask about all the cats around here. I agree with you.
Including me.
I am having hard copies of the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of Ohio, and the Ohio Revised Code sent to me. Thousands of pages of reading. The Constitution used to be free for everyone, 2 or 3 pages long, and now it's 200 pages long. Okay, now let's get to the pigeons. Well, some goofs contacted PETA, which they shouldn't. Tell you what I'm upset about is that somewhere in this paperwork, I'm not going to try to read through it because I can't hardly see, is that PETA says inadvertently feeding the pigeons. Now, in the wintertime, what do birds eat? An 8 or 10-year-old can tell you this. 2 months ago, Carl Atkins was seeding his yard with grass seed. I saw 24 pigeons eating his grass. So, the ramifications of this could mean that any and all grass in the village of Coalton must be cut before it is allowed to seed. Also, people will not be allowed to grow seed-bearing flowers, which means olive.
We don't know who called PETA, but they are making suggestions. They have no jurisdiction over this village, none whatsoever. Those are purely suggestions.
Why were they allowed to print such a nasty letter?
We sent it to everyone in the village just to let people know
Why
what they
were-
had sent to us.
I'd like to know why they were allowed to print such a nasty letter.
I didn't think it was that nasty. I think they gave suggestions.
But it states right here, then measures could be taken to control their populations, which you will not like.
Mr.
Well,
Haynes?
that's true.
Mr. Haynes,
Yes.
what they were trying to say, we thought, and I thought,
And I do believe.
was that if people were deliberately feeding the pigeons and increasing their numbers, that they'd reach a point where the village would have to do something that the pigeon feeders would not like.
Which is
PETA's
kill
not
the-
going to do anything.
I don't know whether the birds would be relocated and that they're a nuisance bird. You don't even have to have a license out of town to even shoot them. Some people eat them. They're called squab. I never have. I don't care to unless I have to. But no, I thank you for your time, and I will be back in touch with you once I make the contacts with the ODNR